Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. You got one more deputy, I guess. All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
You Maria Sandlin?
Yes, sir.
All right. Phillips Township versus Maria Sandlin. This is case number 23W002135. Citation was issued on May 9th of this year. Ypsilanti Township, Washington County, State of Michigan, on Tyler Adner Chevrolet, failed to yield. Deputy, ready to proceed on this matter? Or is there a proposed resolution this time?
I'm ready to proceed.
All right. So, Ms. Sandlin, you have three options available to you in this type of matter. Your first option is to admit responsibility without an explanation. In other words, pay the citation. The court can give time to pay if needed. Your second option is to admit responsibility with an explanation. Court will take the explanation into consideration. If there are any mitigating factors in your explanation, that may be taken into consideration with regard to the fine. The court does not have discretion with regard to points on your license. That is a function of the Secretary of State. Or your third option is to deny responsibility. If you choose to deny responsibility, the court would then take sworn testimony, both from the deputy and from yourself. Based upon a preponderance, which is a standard of proof, meaning roughly 51% either side, the court would then make a determination as to whether or not you are responsible for the citation. Do you have any questions with regard to these three options?
No, sir.
How do you wish to proceed today?
The third one, I wish to, I was not at fault.
Okay.
I-
Let me have you both raise your right hand to be sworn.
Yes, sir.
You both swear or affirm the testimony you provide today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth and matter before the court today?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay, then you can both lower your hands. All right, Ms. Sandlin, I'm going to hear from the deputy first, and you'll have an opportunity to respond. As to both parties, refrain from interrupting each other. If there's questions to the other party, please direct those to the court and not directly to each other. Deputy, you may proceed.
So I was dispatched to a crash on Tyler Road near Chevrolet, and when I showed up during my investigation, I found that second vehicle was driving eastbound on Tyler, and Miss Sandlin was at the stop sign on Chevrolet. And then when the vehicle 2 proceeded, they don't have a stop sign on Tyler. They were going, and she went from the stop sign and collided with the second vehicle on the right side.
Okay. I'm just
So
getting a map of the location here. How you say it?
Yeah. So then I issued the ticket for fail to yield, causing a traffic crash.
Okay. There it is. Okay, that piece of Tyler. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Which direction on Chevrolet was Miss Sandlin driving? North or south?
She was driving north on Chevrolet, stopped at the stop sign at Tyler Road.
Okay, and the other vehicle was traveling east or west?
Eastbound Tyler.
Eastbound Tyler. Okay. All righty. And when you arrived, was the vehicle still in the intersection, or did they moved out from where the collision occurred?
Her vehicle had been moved more to the right down Tyler Road a little bit after the collision. The second vehicle that was got hit and then stopped approximately 30 to 50 feet from there.
Okay. And where would you describe the points of impact on the two vehicles?
Her vehicle was all front end. And then the vehicle that she hit was right side. The right front the passenger door.
Got it. Okay. All right, Ms. Sandlin, what do you want to tell the court today?
Yes, I would like to tell the court, I was dropping my daughter off at the bus stop when the young man that was clearly speeding, I had already yielded, stopped, yield. I was through the intersection. He was coming down at a fast rate of speed. Fair enough, he doesn't have a stop sign, but he would have seen me stop and go. He was chasing the school bus that I just put my daughter on. So he was trying to get behind that school bus, and I was already stopped, look left, look right, and I was already going, at what time I was impacted and pushed to the other side of the street. So the failure to yield, I had already yielded and stopped. At the time, when the officer did arrive, he was uncompassionate. He didn't check on me or my infant. My vehicle was totaled from this other driver speeding to catch a school bus. So I was just in, and I also drive for my job. So these type of points I can't have because I work for a group home. So I drive the work van as well. But in this situation, I do believe that, and I've never rebooted a ticket ever before in my 38 years. But I was already through. I had stopped. If this young man wasn't going at such a rate of speed, even me yielding, he still would have hit. If he wouldn't have hit me, he would have hit the school bus. That's how fast he was going in this Charger, Your Honor. The deputy, he sat in his car. He was uncompassionate. The neighborhood was coming out, making sure I was okay. He responded with the young man in the Charger, and I was just like chopped liver. I was scared. I've never been in a car accident before. I didn't know what was going on. I just felt really, and it was insult to injury that I got a ticket when I was just being a single mom, dropping my daughter off at the bus stop. No fault to myself that I had no fault and my vehicle was totaled. That's my own fault. That's all I could afford. But this ticket was really insult to injury when the young man shouldn't have been speeding in his Charger when the school was 5 minutes. I'm driving 30 minutes from Dearborn to bring my children to school. I just moved, and there was no reason for that young man to be flying down. Now I could see if he was on his way to catch his mom, catch a stroke. He was chasing the school bus.
Okay. All right. Deputy, can you remind me again where the points of impact were on the two vehicles?
The impact on the Charger was right side passenger door and front right tire, and her damage was on the front of her vehicle all the way across.
Okay. All right. So the impact was her car would have been striking his car at that point.
Yeah.
He'd already crossed through into the intersection, and she's coming into the intersection based upon the impact points, if I'm understanding that correctly. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And were you able to speak with anybody else, the bus driver, for example, or anybody else that was in the area, Deputy?
Bus driver was on my arrival. The infant that she's talking about was already gone and picked up. I never saw an infant, and I only spoke to driver of Charger, driver of her, and then made my decision based on the damages of the vehicle.
Okay. All righty. Anything else you want to add, ma'am?
No, sir. No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right. So the situation here is, Chevrolet is a controlled intersection. It's to stop and yield to traffic moving on Tyler. Tyler does have the right of way. Given where the points of impact were and to the two vehicles, the other vehicle was into the intersection already, and then you proceeded in and struck that vehicle at that point in time. So I do find that the citation for fail to yield was properly issued. It's $130 fine. You do have 7 days to appeal my decision. If you'd like to file an appeal, you can contact the clerks. They can tell you how to file an appeal. Would you need some time to pay that, or can you pay that online today?
No, I would definitely need some time. Is there any way it can be like a impeding traffic? Because with this failure to yield, that messes with my job. And if I can't drive a work van, I wouldn't be able to pay the ticket.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have any discretion on points. And when I asked the deputy at the very beginning if he was going to make you any offers, he indicated he was not. So that's where we are at this point. So can you have it paid by July the 3rd?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And like I said, if you want to appeal my decision, you can call the clerks and they can tell you how to file an appeal too, okay?
Okay.
All right. Have a good day. Stay safe, ma'am.